Hello, Serge here from the back porch. Today I want to talk about the grip and a couple of important issues that can happen if the grip gets off a little bit. Now, as you know, we want what I call the 3P grip, palms perpendicular to the ground throughout the swing. Perpendicular means you hold it like in the prayer position, 3P, prayer position, palms perpendicular to the body, and if you're lined up dead perfectly square, when you have a good grip, you'll be perpendicular to the aiming line. So you have the three perpendicular relationship of the grip to the ground, the torso, and the target. Okay, now when we look at the grip, I've always said that we hold it across from the center of the top hand to the base of the fingers where it touches into the palm, and then we want the thumb over at 12 o'clock, which it points upward up the forearm. Now, the best way I say to put your lower hand on is to crimp the fingers. So if you have the total amount of your fingers, you'll have basically three joints. You got this first joint just below the fingernail, the middle joint, and then the one where the finger is united to the palm. All right? We want to crimp it so the club lays in the middle of that middle joint and on top. Many golfers, even though they appear to be very much in a good grip where it'll be perpendicular to the ground and the thumb is pointing upward the forearm, they both point up the forearm. That's a dynamically balanced grip. If it's on top, it's not quite balanced, and so we want it up the forearm, and that will take the V's pointing somewhere to the shoulder. Now, I don't relate so much to the V's as I do to the thumbs, because we want it balanced. That's how we grab things, and so the thumbs have to point up. But see, this grip looks perfect, but there's one problem with it. I'm going to hold it with my top hand. I'm going to open up. Look where I have it gripped. I have it gripped very close, and where 6 o'clock, the bottom of the grip is really into the very last joint where the fingers are connected to the palm, and therefore, if you talk about the grip, it's very much touching into, or about the right side, this side of the grip, which would be 3 o'clock, is actually resting on my palm. The dangerous part of that is, in many cases, if you walk into a golf ball and you have the grip that far up in your hands, and when you set you see that you're looking at your club face, and we want the club face, we line it up to be square to the ground where the leading edge. This is the leading edge. The toe is actually out there. The heel is up near the shaft. The flange is the bottom, and the leading edge is the face part that's touching the flange. We want to make that and make it perpendicular to the ground. Now, in many cases, when you have your grip and you have it that high, when you tend to, if you walk in and you have holding the club, and then when you finally set your grip press, you do that. You see how that thing is turning a little shut? That can cause a problem now, because now the club face is shut in your hands. That's why I think it's very important that we have to lay it in the crimp, because when it's in the crimp and I keep my pressure there, the club face doesn't change when I finally set my grip pressure. All right? So many times I've seen, and I fight this a lot. This is a problem I have. My grip slips a little bit back too much in there. I come up here and I set my grip, and then when I walk into the ball, and I have a grip pressure, but it's not really set yet. When I come in and set up and then get my feet down, and I go boom, and I set my grip, there it goes. It twists just a little shut, and then from that point, if I come in and my hands are perfect at impact, but the club face is now a couple degrees left of the target, that ball's going to start left and very likely maybe draw. And the only way it ends up that I end up hitting a lot of pulls. The next thing you know, I'm in there trying to do that and stop it, and next thing you know, I'm hitting some thins and some shots to the right, all because I let the grip get a little bit too far into the end of the fingers and into the palm, rather than keeping them in the crimp and getting it over there where the thumb's on the left side, and keeping it in the crimp, as you can see right here, not back there. It has to be in the crimp. So crimp the fingers, lay the club in it, and when you set your grip pressure, you're going to find that it'll stay there and the face won't change. All right? So just this little point about, it doesn't take much to get off, and you can have a real problem. It can start causing really problems with your ball direction of where your ball starts, because just closing the face a degree or two can start that ball going left, or conversely, opening it up will start it to the right. So you have to have a good grip that maintains and keeps the club face square when you start, and that doesn't ever shut or close on you just by adding your grip pressure, setting your actively ready muscle tone to grip the club and swing it. So that's just a thought on maintaining a very square grip. And with that, I'll close for today, and that's it for the Surge, and I'll be talking to you all soon.